guys, my name is Jenny and I am here today to talk to you about a very important topic. Imagine you are the sole provider for your family. Life is running smoothly, but then boom, out of nowhere, tragedy strikes. Will your family be financially okay, or will they be hurting? Will they be able to keep the house? Will they be able to pay the bills or even afford college? Life is unpredictable, but with term life insurance, you can create an affordable safety net. Now, let me tell you, life insurance is more than just a simple policy. Life insurance is the last love letter you leave to your loved ones. It will protect against immediate financial burdens such as funeral expenses, as well as long-term goals such as paying off the mortgage and tuition of college. Let me share with you today two different scenarios. The first one is about a family that was unprotected, and unfortunately there are hundreds of Americans who are living unprotected these days, which is very scary. It's a huge problem. But let me share with you the story of Tom and Sarah. Tom and Sarah were a young couple with two small children who thought they had plenty of time to consider getting a policy. However, one day Tom leaves off to work and he dies in a tragic car accident, leaving Sarah alone to raise both of the children on one single income, which made it very difficult for Sarah, who ended up having to sell the house, deplete the savings, and rely on crowdfunding for finances, including GoFundMe accounts, which are never enough to be able to provide the income that's necessary to cover these kind of expenses. Now, how deep is this problem, you may ask? According to financial expert Jeff Rose, families without life insurance struggle with daily expenses. The Market Watch magazine mentions that 100 million Americans are underinsured or uninsured. And according to Midland National, 125,000 plus families rely on crowdfunds to be able to cover funeral expenses. This is approximately 330 million that is raised through accounts such as GoFundMe, which means that too many families are financially vulnerable. However, this can be prevented with term life insurance, an affordable and effective protection against financial disaster. Now, let me also share with you the scenario of the Johnsons, a family who did prepare. In this case, James had a 20-year policy that was 10 times the salary right before he passed away from a heart attack, leaving Mary, his spouse, able to pay off the mortgage, cover funeral expenses, support the children's education, transition back to work without financial stress. Mary calls it the greatest gift her husband left behind. Now, some of the benefits of having life insurance beyond funeral costs include protection of standard living and daily expenses. At the same time, term life is budget friendly, especially for young families. Now, let me also share with you some common misconceptions that we hear all the time. One of them is it's too expensive. A lot of people think that having a life insurance policy costs way too much money, but it really doesn't. According to NerdWallet, a 40-year-old who is in healthy condition can obtain up to about $500,000 for only $26 a month. Now, the real question is, can your family afford to be without protection? Second misconception is, I'm young and healthy, I don't need it yet. That's another misconception. According to Investopedia, waiting increases premiums because you're never going to be as young as you are, and you're never going to be as healthier than the condition you're in right now. However, if you lock in at your early age, you can lock in for a long term at a very low and affordable price. The last and most common misconception that we hear all the time is, I have life insurance through my job. Now, that right there is also another serious mistake. Not that you shouldn't have life insurance through your employer. However, according to Forbes magazine, employer policies only cover 1 to 2 times your salary. The rule of thumb is that you should have a coverage that covers 10 to 12 times the amount of your annual salary. And at the same time, that policy is not portable, which means if you transfer from employees, that benefit stays behind. Now, life is unpredictable, as we mentioned before. However, We've seen the example of Sarah's loss, a family that was not prepared, versus a Johnson's family who was prepared, and we can see why insurance is very important. You have the power to protect your loved ones today. So today I urge you to consult the licensed insurance agent, use an online calculator, and determine your coverage needs today. Make sure you write your final love letter before it's too late. Thank you guys.